If you were going to have a camping mobile, something you could go camping in, which one of these two would you pick?
I would pick the Dodge.
Okay, tell me why.
Because we live in the Pacific Northwest, and the roads and trails around here are narrow.
Oh, now that's really smart. So you've got the growth on either side.
That's right. And you got that big covered area, canvas area in the back, which make a neat bed, and you know, you can put your camping stuff and whatever in there. It's fairly tall, and it's got great, as we call in the air show industry, ramp appeal.
I like that.
At the campground, people are going to come up and say, "What the heck is that? That'd be really cool." Whereas with the Humvee, they'd be going, "Oh, fuck a Humvee."
That's right. You could deploy like a MASH-sized tent out the back of that.
Yeah, the big canvas tents. And okay, I bet your top speed on the freeway with that thing is probably 45, 50 miles an hour.
Yeah, I think you're slow lane with that guy.
Yeah, but you know, it's one of those. Who cares? It's cool.
You know, Dale Smiley, who owns that WC-40. His son works here, Dusty Smiley. He's going to be driving the M60 later on today. I'm going to have to pitch it to him, you know, say, have you ever taken it camping? Have you ever taken it off-roading? Or is it just a showpiece? Is it a parade piece?
You know what? You go to some local off-road parks with that thing, I bet you'd be the star.
That's probably true. You know, okay, so the Humvees, one thing I have seen at the auctions is the ones that do sell for high prices are the ambulance ones. The ones with the big box in the back. And I bet that has to do with sort of camping and the mobility of those vehicles. You're actually able to use them for outdoor work.
Oh, look, he's taking his wheel on there with the blue background, the white star, and the red dot in the middle.
That's right. Of course, very early on after Pearl Harbor was bombed, to avoid confusion with the Japanese rising sun, that red dot in the center was taken away. I don't know about you, but I always get a thrill when I see those vehicles or strikers on the road.
Absolutely, and they're quite an interesting vehicle to drive as well because they're large, but generally they only have space for like 4 people.
That's right, the rest is engine, and now with them being in Afghanistan, a lot of them have turbochargers in them too. The reenactors, get your selfies with them. It's kind of cool to be able to take a photo with an American soldier. Some of them are in Soviet uniforms, some of them are in German uniforms as well. We're going to see a few of them out here later on today as well.
Yeah, Russian uniforms I saw, and some French partisans as well.
It was funny, one of the first things I did was pick out one of them and say, "Aren't you hot?" And armored slits in the windshield, so as you get closer to combat, you can withdraw all that armor up around you.
Something else that's running out here is that great big box on tracks. What the heck is that?
That's an M998A1. That's a high-speed tractor. I think high speed is a little bit relative with that vehicle. It's the various versions. Interestingly enough, it came in convertible. Came with a driver in the center or a driver on the side. There was even a hardtop version. It's a little like a really ugly Corvette. You could get all sorts of options with it. But the running gear for that vehicle is the same as the Stewart tank. We're going to see a Stewart tank later on today. But what they used that for was to tow a cannon, usually a 105 or a 155. Those boxes in the side are to hold ammunition, and of course, in with the driver could be much of the gun crew. So this was a much more efficient and fast way, hence the high-speed tractor, to move around a cannon as opposed to a horse.
Okay, the first thing I thought when you said that the type of full ammunition and the shells and such is, wow, that's not a whole lot of armor to prevent somebody from shooting in there, but this is not the kind of machine you would have right on the front.
Right, this is sort of a more of a utility vehicle that would be in, if everything goes correctly, towards the back Artillery, of course, sets up usually behind the spearhead of tanks and infantry. So yeah, they were a little less concerned about buttoning up and having this be a combat vehicle as opposed to a vehicle that shuttles equipment in the background.
Sorry, I'm taking pictures while I'm working here.
That's good. You're a tourist. You're you're excited. That's,
yeah, this is so cool.
These vehicles are both part of the Flying Heritage and Combat Armor Museum. Of course, we used to be the Flying Heritage Museum, but as we started collecting more tanks and guns, we decided, well, we gotta adjust that name so that people know that the vehicles are here. And Tankfest has become one of our most popular events in the summertime.
I can tell. Look at the crowd that we have here. This is fantastic. Thank you for your support, everybody. All right, here comes the tractor again. You know, when I think tractor, I think farm vehicle.
That's right. You know, when they first started talking about there's an M4 and an M5 high-speed tractor, I figured it was going to be some John Deere thing and we were going to go out and plow the fields. This is quite a bit different.